Nope.
Yeah, I want to yell about Tim Hortons. Let's fucking go.
Press record.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of the Six Nuts podcast. I had a complaint last week that I was reading my rant, and I just want to share with you now that insert name here, that we are the Six Nuts podcast. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, Jordan.
Hello. How are you?
It is episode 30 of the Six Nuts podcast.
3-0.
Three comedians. Six Nuts.
6 Nuts. 30 episodes.
30 episodes, 74 subscribers, millions of views. We are rocking.
Yeah.
Jordan and Paul, welcome to episode 30. Paul, we were discussing something before we came on air, and I'm still high. We had a birthday celebration for you last week, man.
Did, yeah.
Tell us about your experience.
It was great. I couldn't wait to get off the podcast just because I was like putting on a good face. As soon as we got off the podcast, Jordan's like, "Hey, we got something coming for you." So just, I messaged him. I'm like, "Do I have to wear pants for this?" Like, because I figured somebody would knock on the door, and I have this ongoing joke with a friend of mine. Excuse me. They're called pizza pants. Pizza pants. So I'm gonna order a pizza and I'm in my underwear. I put pants on, so when I answer the door, I have pants on. But I'll just take a pair of pants and put them by the door. I call them my pizza pants. He's like, "Did you put your pants? You got your pizza pants on?" I'm like, "Not yet." So I like, how do I do it? So I answer the door. I'd been sick, like I'd thrown up, and then just threw up, and then I get a knock on the door. And answer the door, and it's Dave, Jordan, and Jordan's girlfriend, Monica, with a large pizza from Big Rig, which was delicious. A dozen donuts from Tim Hortons, which were delicious. And Monica was recording. So it was the absolute possible worst thing you could do for someone who'd just thrown up. It is present them with donuts and pizza and record them while you're presenting it to them.
That's great, man.
And I felt bad because I took it from them, I accepted it, and then I told them to leave. I'm like, "Get out. I can't have you guys here. I'm sorry." And they're here for about a minute. You guys were here for not even a minute. You guys were here. You're like, "Okay, well, happy birthday, Paul."
You actually walked us to the car. You literally escorted us.
Yeah.
I right at the front door, walked us right to the car and said,
"Well, guys, here's where you came from.
You guys need to leave." But two things stick out from that. The first one is about the empty Boston cream, which I understand Jordan has a major rant about. But the second is, you're the first guy I've ever heard of who has a pair of pants hanging by the door, so you can answer the door.
Yeah,
man.
It's true, man.
It's outstanding, man. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
well, you don't want to answer the door in your underwear. Like, let's just come on, And I don't want to have to put pants on and just be in pants for that long.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
The pants by the door. Most people leave their car keys by the door.
Yeah, a pair of pants.
A briefcase, and you leave a pair of pants. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jordan, I understand you want to go on a 20-minute rant because, I think Tim Hortons has gone to shit, and I don't mind saying it. Tim Hortons is absolute trash these days. They have gone so far downhill. So I know you've got a written statement prepared. You want to rant about Tim Hortons. So, Jordan, the floor is yours, man.
They're doing too much. Okay, they're doing. I know we had.
That's all Jordan says. They're doing too much.
They're doing too much. Done.
Yeah. Off.
I know we talked about this when we had Vinny Vanilli on about how Tim Hortons, blah, 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 but they're doing too much. There's too many crap items at Tim Hortons. The only reason I go there is because there's no lineup in the morning when I need coffee. And I'm like a crackhead when it comes to coffee. I need my fix, and I don't want to wait in the McDonald's line because that's the better coffee. And I'm not paying $6 at Starbucks. Fuck that shit. You do too much. We don't need pizza. We don't need all these sandwiches. Stick with your fucking coffee and your damn donuts. Put the fucking cream inside the Boston cream donuts. That's a huge component that you're missing out. And why do you need hockey cards? Okay, we don't need hockey cards for $1.50 if you buy a goddamn coffee. McDonald's, when they had hockey cards, did a better job than you guys. I don't care if Sidney Crosby is sponsored by you guys. Just leave like the other stuff to other people and do the one thing that Canadians want, and that's to have good Tim Hortons coffee and good Tim Hortons donuts. Leave the other shit to everybody else. I'm done.
Oh man, that was
Jordan, you have 12 minutes left.
I don't have all day. Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
that's
When
a great rant.
When Jordan gets heated, it's awesome.
I love that rant. But you're right, man. A Boston cream donut without the cream is just a
Yeah,
Boston
I bit into
donut,
it because I like the
It's
Boston.
a Boston donut.
I
What
bit
the hell?
into it. I bit into it, and I was like, it was like biting into like a, I don't know. I just bit into something and then undid my teeth because there wasn't any cream. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I sort of bit into it again, and there was nothing, and I just was like took it all out. You ever have a Boston cream with no cream in it? It's like, I don't know. It's
I think I know what happened because I took a piece of the pizza. Like I got the pizza.
I noticed
Jordan
that,
got the donuts.
Yeah.
There was a piece of pizza missing. So I'm thinking, Jordan, you probably sucked the cream out of that
Jordan sucked
Boston
the cream
donut.
out,
Man.
didn't he?
Did you suck
Yeah.
the cream out?
Yeah. You cream sucking.
You are
Son
the
of a
president of UNOM. You guys do weird shit, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like donuts at all.
What?
Yeah, I don't like donuts. The only donut I like is the cream pie, and I couldn't just have the custard. I need the whole donut.
You
If I
do
was
need
gonna
the whole
have
donut.
anything,
Yeah, they go hand in hand. You can't just have the cream and you can't just have the donut. They have to. You have to have them together.
100%.
Yeah.
if I was gonna take anything, it would have been a beer. You would have been missing one of the beers.
Speaking of beer,
Yes.
it is time for what are we holding this week?
Oh, I got a great one.
Hold my crack pipe.
Yeah.
All right, hold my beer, a segment that is being ripped off by podcasts all across the globe.
Is it really?
We're getting heat for this.
Who else is doing it? And why are we getting in trouble? Tell me everything.
I don't know. Yeah, you're getting heat, Jordan. What's going on? Are you getting?
We are getting heat over this.
Why? Who's giving us heat?
That our friends at You Are Not Funny.
Who's that?
Oh my god.
Carly and Glenn. Hi guys.
I don't watch any other podcasts. I don't like. I watch this one, so I don't even know. I just see whoever's on Facebook, but I don't Carly and Glenn. But Carly and Glenn can't be giving us shit, can they?
I don't think they're super serious, but I think
so.
they were trying to make it a little bit serious, but I don't take it serious. I like both of them, so I don't take any offense. But they were saying like we aren't the first podcast to do this. I'm aware of that. I think we were all aware of that, and we were just kind of
Hold my beer is us. We're the only
Hold
ones
My
that
Beer.
Hold my beer. Yeah.
Is us, but there are other podcasts that drink beer and promote beer during their podcast. I mean, it's not a.
Yeah, but we have an intro, man.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
hey,
we have an introduction.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
I just want
They need
them
stuff
to know.
to talk about. You know, they need time to fill.
Yes,
Let them talk.
yes.
Let them go.
I
Let
agree.
them go. Have another quail. Should love me again.
So
Yeah, I love them both. There's no beef between us. I listen
Absolutely
as much
not.
as I can, and I'm still waiting for the hot sauce from Glenn. So
there you go. So hold my beer. It's our trademarked. It's our intellectual property, and I will go first. We go around the virtual room.
I thought. Remember did we record this or did we say this on recording? Like, or did we think about this when we weren't recording? Where we're like, so they're gonna come up with their own podcast, 6 Ovaries. Remember we said? Remember we were talking about that 6 Ovaries?
2 nuts and an ovary. I would have to.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Unless maybe Carly has 6 ovaries. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'll start because I'm probably the lamest of the 3 today. I ran out of beer, so I got Taylor Fladgate port. I don't have a glass, so I'm gonna have to drink it right out of the bottle. So it's just not gonna be a good look.
You fucking degenerate.
This is not in a paper bag, man.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Good stuff. So back to the port, and I'll go get some beer. Let's go to let's go over to Jordan for your beer of choice.
I got a pale ale. It's called Hatch. It's got a funky looking chicken.
Christ.
Looks like a kindergarten kid drew it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Where is it from? Is it local beer? Or?
it's from Prince Edward County, Ontario.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Blake Brewing.
Very nice. You'll have to take a sip and give us a rating. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to make note of how many weeks in a row you've had a different beer, because this is like the Iron Man streak of all beers. Every week it's different. You're amazing.
I try. I really try.
Oh, that's not a good look, though. It looks like you don't like the beer.
No, it's too similar.
Really?
No.
I mean, was it brewed by kids too?
Probably. They're like, does
Yeah.
this taste like pee? Because that's what beer tastes like. This tastes nasty.
Wow.
I will drink it because it's
30 packages of ketchup and
Yeah, maybe like the kids,
marshmallows.
young kids in China were making that right beside the phone batteries. So tell us, if you had to compare it to something, what would you describe that beer as?
Do you remember that one episode I drank the nasty IPA and I chugged it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like that. So if I had to
give, it tastes like.
it's disgusting. I almost threw up when I chugged it. This I give it like a 1.11116.
Wow! Wow! Very precise. I like that preciseness. Love it. Love it. All right, 1.11. Paul, you got to beat a 1.11116. Paul? What is your beer of choice this week?
Bud Light Strawberry Lemonade.
Oh,
okay. Bud Light Strawberry Lemonade.
Does it
Who
come
doesn't
with
like strawberries? Who doesn't like lemonade? And some people like Bud Light. So I thought I'd put them all together. This is actually a very good beer. Oh, did you see that cold smoke coming out of there?
Yeah, that was great effects, man. That's like a frat party in your mouth. Holy fuck. Oh, he's chugging. Oh, I thought you were going all the way, man.
I'll chug it, but it's you can't chug it. You can't chug out of a can. I still have to chug for you guys. I still gotta do a chug for you guys. It's fucking delicious. I could drink 100 of these.
So
yeah.
10. What do you give it out of 10?
I give it a 8.443.
Fuck, I like precise numbers. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Well done. All right, well that's a very unique beer.
I could eat with that. Like it's that good. Like I don't like eating food while I'm drinking beer. Like I don't like washing food down with beer. Just never have. I could eat with that.
This beer you could.
It's good. It's real good.
All right.
Bud Light Strawberry Lemonade. It's really girly. No, it's really guy-y. Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
And with that brings an end to another episode of Hold My Beer. All righty then. So episode 30. I saw this question online on Twitter. It was asked by.
Excuse me.
Are we keeping you up, Paul?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Because I was napping before. I
just
set an
checking
alarm to wake up for this, and I'm going to go back to sleep as soon as this is done. So yeah, the answer is yes. You're keeping me up.
All right. Well, we'll endeavor to do that. A question I saw a comedian posted. Not a comedian from Ottawa here. It was somebody I don't even know. Asked the question, and I'll put this question to you guys to open up the discussion. What percentage of comics do you think are actually comedians? What percentage of comics do you think are real comedians?
How do you
deep?
How do you determine what a comedian?
Like
somebody who performs on stage?
Let's say of all the people who are proclaimed to be comedians, what percentage of them are real like comedians?
Amateur, professional. Yeah, an artist is still an artist, whether or not they're getting, notoriety for it or doing showcases. If they're drawing, they're still considered artists. A musician is still considered a musician if he just goes to open mics and plays music and isn't getting paid for it. So I think that's a really big question.
I'd say 100.
How do you define comedian?
100% of comics who are comedians. If you perform on stage and tell jokes on stage, you're a comic.
But do you need to have a certain frequency? Like if you go twice a year, let's say twice a year, you go to an open mic, you write jokes. Is that person considered a comedian? They're part of the community.
You know what's really? I'm just gonna go on like a 2-second rant because I had a comic Who? No, don't solo me. Don't fucking solo me. I got a bad dick going on here.
All right, I'll solo Paul while you talk. How's that?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Paul,
try to. I'll
can
try
you
to
lip
like.
sync?
I'll
You
try
can
to.
lip
I'll
sync,
try to
Jordan.
mouth my words with Jordan speaking. Okay.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go.
I just want to say we are the hardest on ourselves and towards other comics. It's not an inviting atmosphere. I had a comedian who's been doing it for 2 years. I've been doing comedy for 12 years. Tell me, oh yeah, no, you're still relatively new at this. What the fuck are you talking about? And like 12, I have 10 years more on you than what the fuck are you talking about? Still new, okay? Like I don't understand that. I don't know why we're so strict on giving out this comedian fucking title, a stand-up comic title. If you're going to open mics and you're writing shit down and you're spending time, I don't care how often you're doing it. If you're not getting a lot of stage time, if you're putting at least a little bit of work in, why aren't you classified as a comic? We have other comics fucking titling each other just to bring ourselves down. There's nothing positive out of that. Like, oh, are you really a comic? Do people laugh? You making people laugh every once in a while? Then you're a comic.
I
Fuck
agree.
off.
Well, answer me this. Answer me this. What is the difference? Like I've heard the term, "Oh, I'm a comic. I'm a comedian." Like, what is the difference in your minds between a comic and a comedian, or is there a difference?
I mean, it depends. I think the language for it is different too, right? Because they used to, at least in the French language, from what I can gather, comedian was also like an actor, so like a
Oh yeah.
humorous actor, right? So I think the language on it might be a little bit confusing for some. You could say you're a stand-up comedian, stand-up comic. I think if you're talking about it in the context, it's the same shit, right? Like
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you want me to say it again? Or?
All right.
I don't have anything else to say. I just am saying I'm listening to what you're saying, and I agree. Yeah.
yeah, like
Well, I mean, like the person who said that you were a comedian or like you're new at this, did they know you have been involved or in it for 12 years, like on and off? Like it was on and off, right?
Yeah, it was on and
Yeah.
off. I've been doing it more than I haven't been doing it. And I told them I have been doing it since 2012. Then they said, "Oh, you're still new at this." And I'm like,
Holy shit.
"Do you know it's how long you've been doing it 2 years?" Like
Wow.
what are you talking about?
So
Holy-
maybe they didn't mean it as just something mean because like it does take a long
No, but-
time to get
No.
noticed and to get
100%.
notoriety and sort of
100%. But when you're doing comedy for 8 years, and I'm going to say this for comics who've been doing it 6 years, even 4 years, and you're still considered a rookie, like you might not have the notoriety, you might not have the whatever, but I can't say you're a rookie because you've been doing it long enough. You might not be as famous or as popular, or you do it for a different reason. But I wouldn't say you're a rookie. I would say a rookie is somebody who's come in and has 30 shows under the belt only. You know, like it's so vague, and to have somebody, it's the only industry where you can have a tenure and still be deemed as a rookie. You know, like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Makes
so
sense.
rookie is number of shows more than time, right? Like if you've been in it for, let's say 2 years, you're going into your third year, are you still considered a rookie? Or let's say you did,
in our industry, they would say yes. You're still a rookie. You're still new. You're still a novice. 3 years is still considered. You don't have the experience. You're not a vet.
So do you go from rookie to vet, or is there something in the middle, in between?
Good question. I don't make the rules. I don't know. I hear all these terminologies, and all it does to me, it makes people like, oh shit, I have to do 15, 20 years before I have a little bit of acknowledgement from my own community. It's like, well, to me, I don't understand that.
I don't get that, because that guy Aaron, is it Aaron Belil?
Yeah,
like he within a year wasn't it? And he was on America's Got Talent, and like he took off. And, yeah, so he was like brand new, and I mean, obviously it doesn't happen every day.
No,
but how does let me ask this? How does that happen?
Luck.
Time.
Luck. Being in the right
Like,
place,
how
right
the
time.
fuck
Luck.
do you?
How do you what?
So,
You end
I
up
mean,
on
he's really funny.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Great, man.
Yeah,
I
I
also
shouldn't
think
say
it's
just luck. I mean, if he's funny, like you got to be funny too. But
how much
luck,
work and
man.
effort
You know,
you're
you can
putting
be the
into
funniest.
it.
Like fuck, man, there's a lot of guys out there who are funny, and they've been doing comedy for 20 years, and they're not on you know, they're not on TV and whatever. They're on specials, but the right place, right time. You know what I mean? Like, you just so happens to be someone there in the audience that's a producer. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. It's just that's sort of one of the reasons why the more shows you do, the more you can get your name out there, because like the more chances are you'll do a show for someone who comes up to you after. And maybe there's a producer in the room at that time, but they just don't feel like coming up and talking to you. You know what I mean? So you might have missed your chance right there that to get a special. Like something, maybe picture some guy from Netflix who's in charge of like the comics, the stand-up comic section. Okay. And he goes to, his job is to kind of go to shows, but he had a rough day at work that day. And he just doesn't feel like going up and talking to the comedians after and saying, hey, I'm so-and-so from Netflix. We wonder if we'd like to talk about doing a special. And like, you know, like, fuck, so-and-so was at the show. You know, he just didn't feel like coming up and talking. So you never know. It's the right place, right time, right atmosphere. And, you know, who's to say it couldn't happen for any of us after a year and a half? You know what I mean? But obviously you have to be funny, but there's a huge element of luck that comes into it, in my opinion.
You have to put in the work also. You have to put in the grind. And also, as much as people don't want to hear it, if you kiss the right ass, sometimes that leads you to avenues that most of us won't get because we're not willing to kiss their ass.
Yeah.
I think one of the people who wants their ass kicked has a little bit of a saying. I'm not going to mention it here, but he likes to say that he is a dream maker. And to me,
do we know this person?
Oh, absolutely. We both do.
He says he's a dream maker?
Yeah. Yeah.
A dream maker.
Yeah, he makes people's dreams come true. And
who's he fucking
what dreams? Comedian dreams or
like 100%.
Sexual fantasies? Like
I mean,
there's all kinds of dreams, right?
I got lots of dreams. It's not just comedy and stuff, but it's very egotistical. Like it's kind of like you. Like you give me the ick.
Yeah.
Who are you talking
I was telling
to?
my mom today, I had a dream I think it was last night, that I was at like a baseball game or something like that, and I saw this plane crash into a lake, and it like smashed up against this like side of a mountain and then like fell down and it landed in the lake. And I like ran up to the top of the like where the fence is, like the top, like it was like one of those where you hit a ball over the park into the water, you know. And I jumped off into the water and swam over to the plane and like went in and saved the people on the plane, and that was it. But you know, like those kind of dreams, I really don't want that dream to come true. Like I don't want to have to be tested, not only for my swimming abilities, but by saving people. So there's some dreams you don't want to come true. And,
you're Superman. I swear to God, you're Superman, man.
I could be. Yeah.
You could very well be.
I don't know if Superman puts his fucking cape and tights though by the door whenever he orders a pizza.
Yes, sir.
I don't feel like putting my stuff on, you
know. Vomit covered top with a big S on the front.
Yeah.
That's great. But Jordan, would you consider yourself a veteran of comedy now?
I do, that's the thing. I don't know. I just would like to say I'm a comedian. That's it. I
agree. You are, and I would say I'm a comedian too.
Yeah. I don't think you need that kind of classification. I'm a comedian.
Yeah. I'm leaving the door open for you guys to say, "Well, you're a comedian too, Dave," but that's not coming.
Are you though?
I don't give a shit what anyone says anymore. You know what I mean? I used to care so much in my life. I did, but I needed comedy to kind of get that calloused personality trait that I was lacking, in my opinion. That I you know, there's something that sucks about caring what everybody thinks about you. You know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna make everyone like you, and it's like I want everyone to like me, but if they're not going to, kiss my arse.
Kiss me arse. Would you consider yourself a rookie?
Yeah. You know?
Paul, where would you consider yourself? A rookie, a veteran?
Oh, I still consider myself a rookie. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely consider myself a rookie, but I would consider myself a comedian. I'm definitely a comic, you know,
Yeah.
not just for the fact that I do stand-up comedy, and even though I don't do it a lot, I mean, it's like I try to, but I consider myself a funny person or somebody who wants to make people laugh, and so much so that I get up on stage and try to do it. I think that's a stand-up comedian, you know. So yes, I still consider myself definitely a rookie. Only been doing it for 3 years now. But
I think there needs to be a different classification for it. I think there needs to be like, are you a student of comedy or a teacher of comedy? I think after a while you can start teaching people the craft and helping the future generation of comics. And then there's students of comedy who are still learning. It doesn't matter how many years you're into the business. You always have something to learn, right? And when you don't have anything else that you feel like you can learn, you have to be willing to pass it down. So I think as a student versus teacher, rather than rookie versus veteran, it just, to me, it's you're taking somebody's years of sweat, tears, fucking anxiety, and minimalizing it. Like it's like you're not at that level because you're just
who's to say what right does anyone else have to say about you? You know what I mean? No one has any right to tell you what you are, what you aren't. You know, kiss my arse.
That's why your question with the because that's what the original question was. What's the percentage of comedians are actually comedians? And I still, if you tell jokes, you make people laugh, you go on stage, you're a comedian. If you're an actor who's telling jokes and doing humorous, then you're a comedian. Stand-up comic does stand-up comedy. It's just I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, no.
Agreed.
Interesting question that I thought would be interesting to bring up. But Paul, if you are doing your set lying down, are you still a stand-up comedian?
No, you're a lie down comedian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't believe you did that. What? Oh, we're like, whoa, man, was Howard there? I don't know. I've never even met him. Well, geez, you're lucky he isn't. Kiss me arse.
Yeah.
You know,
for those that don't know,
that's another thing too. Yeah. Who are you to tell me what to do when I'm on stage?
Rant time. I love it.
Who do you think you are? You know what I mean? And that's it. And that's all I got.
Paul, you have 7 minutes left.
I've nothing else to say about it. I think I've said it before on the podcast. Like, for those of you who don't, for all you people watching who don't know, I went up on stage once and I laid down and I did an impression of like what it'd be like to do lay down comedy because I have a bad back, right? So I get down to the ground and I'm just laying there, and people laughed actually. The only part about it that sucked was getting back up again. I didn't take that into consideration as the getting back up again. So I was like, I asked someone to hold the mic for a second. Like, no, that's it. Yeah.
And people probably thought that was part of the act, that you were faking your sore back.
I had to say it, I didn't take this into consideration, like the getting up portion of it. But when I mentioned it to somebody after, they're like, "What? I can't believe you did that!" Like, fuck off, man.
Oh man, that's great. All right, we got to move on. We got a new segment coming up right after this message from our lovely fans. So we're gonna play Fact and Fiction right after this.
You're watching Success Comedy.
We're gonna get fucking a cease and desist letter for that one.
Jordan, the whole time was like this.
I'm so glad I took acid.
Were you triggered by this or what?
I'm so glad I took acid before we started.
Were you triggered by that intro or what? Like you were like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this?"
I was like, "Oh man, Jeopardy's gonna be pissed."
Oh no, I got this off a royalty-free website. It's royalty-free.
Yeah, because that's not the actual. It's not the actual. Yeah. Well, it's the same. Did you guys know that? Speaking of like ripping off other people's songs, that AI, okay, not the Canadian version of AI, okay, EHI, but AI is like what they're doing now. AI is they're artificial intelligence now is going into yeah. Dave, take a big fucking swallow of pork before this one. They're going into like music making simulators, and they're finding every single note and accumulation of notes possible, so that now when somebody comes up with a new song, it's already been trademarked.
Oh my God.
Do you understand?
Wow.
So AI is like every single riff
Wow.
on guitar that's possible, like
Wow.
C, G, A, D, C, G, A. So anything AI is going in there and taking it, recording it, and trademarking it.
Jesus.
So like,
that's
people can't
wild.
come up with every mathematically possible
Fuck.
sound that you can make on a
Yep.
guitar, for instance. You know, they're coming up with it.
That's wild,
Fuck, eh?
man. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
All right. So
And that's fact.
That is fact, not fiction. So this is a game called Fact or Fiction. Brand new game. I will, since I know the answer, I'm not involved. So I'll be the moderator, Jordan and Paul. I'll bring up a fact or a statement. You tell me if it's fact or fiction. So we'll start with you, Paul. And you're both going to answer this, but Paul, you can answer first. Cats have more bones than humans. Fact or fiction? Cats have more bones than humans. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay.
They're so small.
They're small.
Yeah,
They're tiny.
small. Yeah.
That's a good rationale. So yeah, okay. You say fiction. Jordan, what do you say? Cats.
I'm gonna say fact, just to be different. I don't know, they're weird. They can fit into small spaces, so I'm wondering if like not all their bones are connected. I don't know. I really feel like I should know this, but like I said, I did acid before hopping on. So
All right. So Paul, you said fact. Jordan, you said fiction.
Other way around.
nope, other way.
All right. Whatever. The answer is fact. Cats have 230 bones. Humans have
206.
206.
Yeah.
So I forget who said what. So keep
I
track of
win.
your own score.
So you're on acid. Dave's on fucking port. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
on Bud Light lemonades here.
All right.
Keep
So
up with you guys.
all right. I'll be back. Hang on. I'm going to bring the next one up in a sec. I love port.
Hurry up.
All right,
I got
next one.
10% left on my phone.
Jordan looks so okay. We got to hurry up then. And Jordan
Yeah.
looks so pissed off right now. I don't know. Maybe it's the donuts. Maybe it's us. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's intro. All right, here we go. Jordan, you go first. Dolly Parton once lost a Dolly Parton lookalike contest. Fact or
It's a
fiction?
fact. She came in second.
So you actually know this, or are you
Yes.
guessing?
No, I know this.
All right, you just gave your answer over to Paul. So you can't win.
I'm going to say
Well-
fact because Jordan knows it.
Jordan, you got to have more of a poker face, man. Otherwise, you won't win.
Maybe I
it
was
is a
bluffing.
It is a fact.
Oh, he could have been bluffing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the score is, I think Paul has 3,000, Jordan 2. All right. Next one. We're going to start with you, Paul. In a deck of cards, the king has a mustache. Fact or fiction?
Fact. He has in one of the cards. He has a mustache.
All right. So you're saying fact. Jordan, fact or fiction?
I'm gonna say fiction. Because he's the king. He needs to look clean.
No, I think it's the king of clubs. I think he might, or the king.
It's a great rationale.
Yeah, I
He's
think
the
there's
king.
one of them. Only
King.
one of them has a mustache.
All right. Well, the answer is fiction. The king does not have a mustache. It's obvious, Paul, because he's the king. He's got to be clean. I don't know how you didn't know that, but anyway.
Fuck.
Continue. We're going to start with you, Paul. The black box on a plane is black. Fact or fiction?
Say it again.
The black box on a plane.
Fiction. It's red.
It's red, eh? Okay. Jordan, fact or
I'm gonna
fiction?
say fiction. I thought
Unless
it was
it's Air Ethiopia.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say fiction, but I
Super
thought it was
racist. Yeah.
I thought it was orange.
All right. Paul said fiction, it's red. Jordan says fiction, it's orange. The answer is fiction, it's orange. So Jordan takes a commanding lead.
Is it always orange?
Yes.
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
Jordan, you have 4 million points. Paul, you have 7.
Just 7 points.
Yep, 7. All right, next one.
74 million. It's a tight game.
Jordan, we'll start with you. A golf ball is the fastest recorded object in sports, fact or fiction?
You guys never playing gun shoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky question. Eh? I'm gonna say fiction, just because. Yeah, I'm just gonna say fiction.
All right. If you don't think it is, what is the fastest?
I
No, don't say Tiger Woods ball.
have to guess what the fastest.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you just
No,
wanna
because
say-
all I could think of is like shooting, right? Like target. They consider that a sport in the Olympics
Ooh.
now. So
okay.
if
That's a
if
good
this
point.
is fact, I'm gonna be a little bit shocked or confused.
Okay. So do you say fiction? Paul, what do you say?
I
golf ball?
say fiction.
Okay. The answer is fiction. It's the shuttlecock.
The
And
fuck is a shuttlecock?
It's
badminton.
badminton. It's a birdie.
Oh, badminton.
Yeah.
Really?
And I only
That
picked
moves
this
faster
question.
than a fucking
Yeah.
golf ball.
Have you ever taken one in the face?
Dude,
Yeah,
I almost went to OFSA with fucking
Jesus
with
Christ.
badminton. I was really good at it.
Well, it's the fastest, man.
Holy
And I only
shit.
picked this question because I love saying the word shuttlecock.
Yeah, you
Shuttlecock.
and every other 13-year-old.
I thought it was
Hey.
called a birdie.
Well, it's actually a shuttlecock, but we
It's
call it
okay.
a birdie just because you'd get, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you'd never be able to start the game if you were a gym teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
Gotta
right,
do
we got
shuttlecocks.
all right. We got 2 more to go. Who goes first this time? Paul, I think it's you. Here we go. Eating too many carrots can make your skin turn orange. Fact or fiction?
Correct. Fact.
Fact. You sound very confident. Are you sure?
I am.
Do you want to change your answer?
No. I know someone who this happened to.
Are you sure? Do you want to?
I know someone this has happened to him. So
Okay. Jordan, fact or fiction?
Yeah, I'm like 99.8% positive.
either that or
this
you
is
got
fact.
lupus. I mean,
I ate a lot of carrots, got lupus.
yeah.
It is a fact. So, Paul, you got to tell us more, man.
I just know a guy. He was like, I don't know. It's just he just ate a lot of carrots and his skin started turning orange. His doctor's like, he's like, what are you eating? He's like, carrots. Is there anything else? He's like, no, just carrots. Anyway,
Man, you got to eat a lot of carrots for that to happen.
yeah.
All right.
It's weird that Bugs Bunny wasn't orange. He was white and gray. You know,
Yeah.
what's up
God,
with that, Doc?
That's a great point, man. We should discuss this at length
What's up
next
with that,
episode.
Doc?
Why wasn't Bugs Bunny orange? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Paul, a little aside, I saw on I follow this retro Twitter channel, like they show all retro cartoons and shit,
Okay.
and they showed the Flintstones a commercial early on, and they were smoking. It was to promote smoking.
Yeah.
So Wilma's sitting there smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And,
Badu.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, last one, and this is going to be I'm going to make a disclaimer right now that Paul's mother. This is kind of vulgar. You may want to skip over the next minute or so.
We gotta like put warnings out for my mom.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer. All right, who's going first? Jordan, you're first on this one. Last question. After fingers and vibrators, the third most used object for female self-gratification.
Oh my
are
God! Please
cucumbers.
tell me it's not fucking what I think it is.
Fact or fiction?
Please tell me it's not what I think it is. Oh fuck! Please tell me.
Sure,
It's not.
fact. It's a fact.
It's a fact. Why do you say fact?
I mean, they're $2. It's dual purpose.
So what would like the long English cucumbers or like the organic ones? Like what kind of
I don't
cucumber?
care if she uses the English cucumbers or the garden cucumbers or the small bill cucumbers. Whatever she prefers is up to her. It's none of my business. But it's a lot cheaper than getting a vibrator. So
All right. Is it consumed afterwards? Like is it put in a salad or what?
maybe not by her. I'm sure there's a niche or something for somebody online. I mean, somebody wanted bottled farts in a mason jar, and
Every
bought
time I
them
go over
for-
to my Aunt Susie's house, she's always making me cucumber sandwiches. Yeah. Jesus Christ. She's always so happy to make them for me, too.
Tuna in this?
Yeah.
She doesn't keep them in the fridge. They're like in her bedside drawer. Paul, what do you say, man? Fact or fiction?
I'm thinking about The Exorcist here.
Oh, Jesus, this is going off the rails.
Yeah, and I just don't know what. I'm gonna veto this one. No comment.
No comment. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
If you don't comment, you
bananas,
lose,
fuck.
man.
Bananas.
You could win. This question's worth 9 million points.
Bananas.
You could win. Bananas. Okay, so you're saying fiction.
Yeah.
All right. The answer is fiction. It's candles.
Good. Okay. Good.
What the fuck?
I've never been so happy to be wrong.
Light up
Candles?
my day right there.
Seriously? Oh my god.
Who's doing this survey? Who's like testing and being like,
The Amish.
Exactly. The fucking candles? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What the hell is that,
The
man?
Amish, dude. Like no electricity.
Yeah, the Amish watch this podcast a lot. Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings to a close our first and maybe last episode of Fact or Fiction. Jordan, you won it. You squeaked it out. 9,400,000. Paul, 9,399,000.
Dick
You lost by
lickers.
100. All right. So that leaves one more thing left to do. And we are going to final thoughts.
Jesus Christ, Dave.
All right. Let's fucking go. Final thoughts. Woo! Jordan,
A bottle of port.
let's go to you first, man. Final thoughts, Jordan Angus.
The past 3 weeks, I've been drinking beer from Slake Brewing, and every other beer was delicious. This one, though, it sucked, and I didn't finish it because it was disgusting. I really wanted to try because it's Friday and I like beer, and I just didn't like that one. I'm going to be in Toronto this weekend. I'm looking forward to the long
Real
drive.
The real jerk.
Yeah, the Real Jerk Legacy on College Street West. The show's called Tickle My Pickle. So if you're done with your cucumbers, come on down to the show and watch Tickle My Pickle.
Are you giving
Got
out
some
free
big news.
candles? You giving out
Hey,
free
we'll give you free candles at the end of the night if you need
Beautiful.
them.
Beautiful.
I got some big news coming up for the Mill Taverns open mic. We'll talk about that in the coming days. So keep an eye on that. Yep, things are getting spicy there. I'm happy. So thank you guys for coming out almost every week, for putting up with some of the shit that goes on, but also for enjoying, the crowd that likes to come back week after week after week. So look forward to the big news.
Beautiful. Paul Bourgon. Final thoughts.
I was planning on going to your open mic tomorrow when I woke up today. And I was like, yeah, okay, fuck. And then I realized about 2 hours after I woke up that it was Friday and not Wednesday. So, sort of what happens when you're just a comedian. Some days just bleed into the next one. I just don't know what day it is. I legit thought today was Wednesday. And so it's Friday, but I don't have much on the go for final thoughts. I'm happy that we're at episode 30, and I hope my phone doesn't die before the end of this podcast.
All right. So enjoy that open mic tomorrow night at the Mill, Paul.
I will.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't see you there, but
I was mainly going to go because I wanted to see if that guy was going to show up from last week. But anyway, you can go ahead, Dave.
oh, he's been banned apparently, so who knows?
Well, there you go.
All right.
Bad for me.
So my final thought, I'm excited to announce Monday I will be in Montreal for the first freaking time doing an open mic there.
Wicked.
At Hurley. I think it's at Hurley's
Oh.
Monday night.
Have fun.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to talk off air because that is a devious smile. So we'll see how that goes. And we got November 1st. I'm going to start promoting our next Six Nuts podcast live show at the Barley Mow on Richmond in Westboro,
Nice.
Richmond Road. And we got a special guest. I haven't told you guys yet. Do you guys want to know who the special guest is?
Sure.
I know who it is.
Yeah. Okay. Who is it?
Is it Lisa Minion?
You bastard. How did you know?
We're Facebook friends.
Yeah, it's Lisa Minion, up and comer. Very funny. And I thought it'd be a nice balance to have a female as part of the show. So that'll be good. So anyway, that's my final thought. Thank you. That wraps up episode 30. Jordan, thank you. Paul, thank you. You guys are awesome.
We are.
Thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you all next time.